my scrumptious little love dumpling. It is time for clue number 2 of our year-long Mystery Crochet Along. If you're new, you can check out my video from last month where I show you how to work clue number 1 and explain what this is all about. So we're making blankets together over the course of the entire year, and each month we're going to release a new clue for you to crochet, as well as give you a featured recommended color for that month. We're recommending either our Enduring Worsted Yarn or our Luster Worsted Yarn for this project, as either would be beautiful for a blanket. The pattern is called Hearthside, and you can download it at expressionfiberarts.com. And while you're there, go ahead and sign up for email updates so you get notified when the next clue is live. And of course, we're going to put all of the links in the description box for you. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move into clue number 2. After working clue 1, you should have a square. And now this is super exciting. For this clue, you're just going to work back and forth on 2 sides of that square only. I'm going to be showing you the stitch pattern for clue 2, but of course check the pattern for the actual stitches and for a chart of this stitch pattern. Alright, to get started with row 16, I'm going to begin with the chain 3 to count as that first little double crochet you see on the chart. Then we're going to go ahead and work 2 more double crochets. So double crochet and then double crochet into the next stitch. Now we're going to chain 1 and skip 1, and we're going to work 5 double crochets. So skip the next stitch, and we're going to work 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're just going to continue repeating that. So chain 1, skip a stitch, and then 5 more double crochets. And of course, you're going to be working into your square that you made in clue 1. I just am trying to do a little smaller swatch today. 2, 3, so I'm just working into a chain that I made. 4 and 5. Go ahead and count, make sure you got 5. I got 5 here. Do it again. Chain, skip 1, and 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to go ahead and finish off this swatch with a chain, and then you're going to skip 1, and I'm going to finish with 3 double crochets. And again, this is just the chart. You want to follow the actual written instructions for the full row. I just want to give you an idea of what the stitches look like. Alright, so that is row 16. Let's go ahead and swing on around and do row 17. Alright, so to work that first double crochet, I'm just going to do a chain 3 to get myself up into position. And then I'm going to work 5 more double crochets. So jump over to the next stitch, double crochet into the next stitch, double crochet into this chain space we made here on the previous row, and then 2 more double crochets into the next 2 stitches, 1 into each. Now you'll see here we're into the middle double crochet of that set of 5, so we're going to skip that one and do a chain 1. Now we're going to work 5 double crochets. So skip that one. 1, 2, work 1 into the chain space, 3, 1 into the next double crochet, 4, and 1 into the next. So that's 5, and go ahead and check. Make sure you've got 5 and it's centered over the chain space, and it is, so let's repeat that across. Chain 1, and we're going to skip this middle double crochet and work 5 double crochets. 1, 2, and for anyone wondering, I'm using our Cupid color in our Enduring Worsted yarn. I know sometimes we get questions asking what yarn I'm actually using. Colors do come and go, but you can always request things. Sometimes we can bring them back if you don't see them in stock. So there's 5. We're going to do it again, chain 1. And we're going to finish out this row, or this swatch. So I'm skipping the next one, and I'm just finishing off with 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 1 into the chain space, 3, And if you want to practice on a little swatch like this before you do the real blanket, that is a great idea, just to make sure you are golden on the stitches before you jump into the real thing. So that's row 17, perfect. Swing on around, let's do row 18. Again, I'm going to start with a chain 3 to count as that first double crochet, then I'm going to double crochet into that next stitch. I love crochet charts so much. So chain 3. Now we're going to skip on over, so you're going to see here this chain, so that's going to be the center of our next 3 double crochets. So we're going to do a double crochet on this side, this double crochet here. We're going to do a double crochet into the chain space, and we're going to double crochet into that next stitch. As long as you keep visualizing how it should look, you're going to be great. Chain 3, and then we're going to do the same thing. You're going to jump on over to the next chain space, and you're going to center your 3 double crochets around that. Double crochet into the double crochet before the chain space, double crochet into the chain space, and into the next double crochet. Everything's looking good. We can keep moving on. We'll repeat that again. 1, 2, 3 chains, jump over here, 3 double crochets centered on that chain space. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do 3 chains, and we're going to finish off this row with 2 double crochets at the end. 1 and 2. So that's row 18. For row 19, I'm just going to start with a chain 1 and then work that little single crochet on the end there. Then you're going to do a chain 3, and you're going to do a double crochet into the chain 3 space. You can go into the center stitch, or you can just go into the big hole there, whatever you prefer. Then chain 3. Then you're going to do a single crochet into this middle double crochet here in this little 3-pack. And we're going to repeat across. Chain 3, double crochet into the chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet into the center double crochet, chain 3, double crochet into the chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet into that center double crochet, chain 3, boop, boop, double crochet into the chain 3 space, and chain 3, boop, boop, and I'm going to single crochet into that end stitch. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to row 20, and I'm just going to have to do a couple extra chains here so I can get up to show you the swatch. Okay, so the chart starts with a little chain 2, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets, and these are going to be centered around the double crochet from the row before. So you're going to work 1 into this chain space, 1 double crochet into the double crochet, and 1 into the chain space. So you've got 3 double crochets, and they're centered around the double crochet from the prior row. Now chain 3, and we're going to repeat this across. So jump on over to the next double crochet, and again double crochet into the chain space, double crochet into the double crochet, bloop, bloop, and into the next chain space. Everything's very visual, as long as you're keeping up with checking your work, making sure everything's centered and where it should be. You'll have less ripping out to do. And we're just going to keep repeating that across. Jump on over to that double crochet and work a double crochet in the chain space prior, and into the double crochet and into the following chain space. Chain 3, doop, doop, and we've got the final one. Double crochet into the chain space right before the double crochet into the double crochet, and double crochet into the final chain space, and finish with a chain 2. And the chart doesn't show this, but I'm going to go ahead and secure that down with a double crochet just to give me a little edge there. so you can ignore that. So that is that row. Now we're going to bump on up to row 21. I'll start with the chain 3 to function as that first little double crochet. Then we're going to go ahead and work a double crochet into that chain space, that starting chain space, and into that first double crochet. Now do a chain, and then we're going to work 5 double crochets. And these are going to be centered around this little chain space. So we're going to work 1 into the double crochet before. We're going to work 3 double crochets into the chain 3 space. 1. And let me know if you like me to go at this speed when I'm showing you things, or if you prefer I slow down or speed up. Just let me know your thoughts on that. And then you're going to work a double crochet into the next double crochet. So again, our little 5 double crochets are going to be centered right here over this chain space. Let's repeat that across. You're going to do a chain and then jump on over, and you're going to center another set of 5 around this chain space. Nice and easy. So work 1 double crochet into the double crochet right before the chain space. Work 3 double crochets into the chain 3 space. 2, and there's 3 in the space, and then 1 double crochet into the next double crochet. We're going to do it again. Chain 1, jump on over to this double crochet right before the chain space and work a double crochet. You're going to put 3 double crochets into that chain 3 space. 1, 2, and 3. And you're going to work a double crochet into that next double crochet. Do and do. Now we're going to finish off with a little chain, and then jump on over, and I'm going to do a double crochet into that double crochet over here right next to that chain space, and then 2 double crochets in the chain space to finalize our little swatch. Perfect. And we have 1 more row to go. It's another easy row, row 22. Again, I'm going to work a chain 3 to get me up in position, and that counts as that first double crochet on the chart. Now I'm going to jump and do a double crochet into the next double crochet, a double crochet into the next double crochet, a double crochet into the chain space, and 2 more double crochets. So 1 into the next double crochet, doop, and 1 into the next, doop. And there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, this is just for the little chart swatch that you're practicing with me. Okay, now what we're going to do, so I did a chain 1. Now you're going to do 5 double crochets, and they're going to be centered over this chain 1 space. So we're going to start here, the second to the last double crochet before you get to the chain space. You're going to work 1 double crochet in that, 1 double crochet into the next double crochet right before the chain space, 1 double crochet into the chain space, and then 2 more. 1 into the next stitch, and then 1 into the next stitch. And we're going to repeat that across. So you should have 5, and they should be centered over your chain space. Chain 1, let's jump on over and center 5 double crochets around that chain space. We've got 1 double crochet, we've got 2 double crochets, we've got 3, and the third one should be going into the chain space. Keep moving on, do another one in the next stitch, and another one in the next stitch. Check that you've got 5 and they're centered. They are. Keep on trucking, so chain 1. Then we're going to finish off the row, jumping over here to this stitch. We're going to finish this little swatch with 6 double crochets. 1, 2. That third one should be in the chain 1 space. And then I'm going to work 3 more. And once you finish this, this is just a nice little practice swatch, and you're good to go to read the actual written instructions to work the actual row. So I hope that was helpful. Alrighty, once you've finished clue number 2, you are all set for clue number 3, which will be released next month, so I will see you then. Bye-bye.